The second person that I want to talk about is Basil February. So Basil February was a young chap who incidentally had been admitted in the School of Medicine in UCT, but because of their commitment to the struggle for freedom, he ended up being absorbed by this, and then he left and went to exile. Now, one of the first attempts by Umkhonto weSizwe to come to South Africa to wage an armed struggle happened in 1967, 1968 in what is known as the MyANC Polilo campaigns. So these were MK combatants who were part of what was known as the Luthuli detachment. Because President Luthuli had been killed by the apartheid government, you know the stories that he walked into a train railway and he died. I mean, who would walk themselves into a railway, be knocked down by it? So in memory of that, President Oliver Tambo put together a unit that was named as the Luthuli detachment. They were the first group that was supposed to cross over into South Africa from exile, and there were 52 of them. Basil was one of them. If you listen to recordings of struggle songs, there's a song of MK that goes something like, Singamasosha, Singamasosha galutu, Luthuli, Singamasosha galutu. That's that grouping, and Basil was part of them. Now, of course, MyANC and Polilo are in Zimbabwe because they were crossing through Zimbabwe. They got into skirmishes with the Rhodesian army, which was a racist army. And Chris Hani was part of that grouping, by the way. He's one of the few who survived those skirmishes because they were ambushed by the colonial forces, and there was an exchange of gunfire. Some of them perished and some of them were arrested. So what we know on the record is that he was arrested and he was taken to a police station. He, being an MK combatant, was always going to escape from that. So he escaped from that, stole a car, and drove to Bulawayo from the place where he had been arrested, and they pursued him, and he was shot dead near a farm in a place called, but outside Bulawayo, next to a fig tree. So these are some of the folks that were recollecting, because they were then buried exactly where they had been killed.